Dan, how to cook? I'm making Italian pancakes. That's right, pizza. But I'm not making just any pizza. You saw it in the description. You've seen the thumbnail. You know, you've heard the legends, the lies, and the rest of it. This is chicken barbecue pizza, if you want to say it with dyslexia. Lysdexia, as I like to call it. But barbecue chicken pizza is a fun thing that came out of California. Not everything that was created in California is bad. Just saying, some of us get out alive, and we're none the worse for the wear. And this is one of those things, because this is a great pizza. I don't care where they came up with it or how. You know, sometimes, you know, what does they say? A broken clock's right twice a day. There you go. You know, perfect. This is one of those. They got right. This is awesome. I make a version of this that you're going to love. That's where we're making this right now. I'm going to show you. We got everything laid out right here, except for the stuff that goes on afterwards, which is why you're going to stick around. But we've got our dough. We've got our special barbecue sauce. You're going to want to see that. We've got 2 kinds of cheese. We've got bacon. We've got chicken. We've got red onions. Let's get started making some barbecue chicken pizza. This is an awesome pizza, and it's just like any other traditional pizza, except completely different. All the ingredients are different. We have different kinds of cheeses. We have different sauce. We have everything. The only thing in here that is the same is the dough. This is my 3-2-1 dough. 300 grams of bread flour, 200 grams of lukewarmish, warm 100, 105 degree water, and I got 1 teaspoon of instant yeast, not active yeast. Ugh, don't use that. Instant yeast. I get the jar for bread machines. It has a little bit extra conditioners in there that make this really, really soft and lovely. That's about 3 grams of yeast. I also have half a teaspoon of salt and a full teaspoon of sugar and about a tablespoon of olive oil. Mix that all together. This has just been sitting and fermenting on the countertop in this bowl covered with plastic wrap for about 8 hours. 6 hours to 8 hours is going to be a good number in there. 6 is probably perfect because it'll come up and then it'll start to sink again because it's eaten all the goodness in there. But we are ready to make this. I would have made this 2 hours ago, but woohoo! Oh, it's been one of those days, folks. Some days it doesn't pay to be me. That's pretty much every day. Because let's get rich making YouTube videos. That's funny. If you can't believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. But this dough is ready to go. This is perfect. This is going to make about a 14-inch, 15-inch pizza, something like that. I have a 14-inch pizza steel in the oven, which is good because my oven will only take a 14-inch pizza. If I make a 14.5-inch pizza, it's squished. So I really shoot for that. I've got this right here is perfect. This is a 16-incher. I try and get it to the rim in here as I'm forming this, and that tells me that I've got it to the right size. I've got some finely ground semolina flour right here. This is fantastic for getting this moving. It's better than using like regular flour, in my opinion. And if you use the really coarse ground stuff, it's like cornmeal and ball bearings, and it's really gritty, and I don't particularly enjoy that. We are going to put this on here in about half a second, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this here, get this going, because we're going to need a little lubrication for us to form our dough. If you do this right, it comes up beautifully. There's a top and a bottom to this. Always remember which side you are working with. The top is the side that was facing up. The bottom is the side that's facing down. There you go, mystery solved. The difference is that the top already has kind of a skin on it. This will protect it from the sauce, keeps you from getting the gum layer. A lot of people have that problem when you put sauce in there and then you cook it and then you get that. It's because you're cooking the wrong side of the pizza. The bottom side should always stay the bottom, top should always stay the top. There you go. All right, so we're going to form this out and we're going to keep our ring around it, our dough ring. We're going to be very careful. We're going to use our fingers. We're going to do our thing. You've seen me do this 100 times. Unless it's your first time here. And if it is, click the thumbs up down there and give me a subscribe and the rest of it and everything, because we do fun stuff like this all the time. And you like pizza, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on this. But we are just going to form out this. This is the other reason I love these pans like this, is because it does half the work for you. As you can see, it's moving. I don't have to. And we are already getting a pizza. I'm going to pick this back up, stretch it out a little bit. Just give it a little stretch. There we go. If you're picking it up, pick it up like this. Never touch the ring. Never touch the ring, or you're going to have a flat spot in your ring. Keep going until you get it to the size you want. This dough has rested long enough. It has sat. It is compliant as hell. If you get a dough that says no thank you, I wouldn't want you, and it keeps snapping back in, just throw a damp towel over this, maybe some plastic wrap, then a damp towel, something like this, and let it sit 10-15 minutes. It'll relax and give you much more compliance. It works beautifully. Okay, we're just going to stretch this out a little bit more, give it a little force. Look at this, folks. Just that fast, we got a perfectly round 14-inch pizza dough. That's right. I can do that. Okay, I'm going to move this because I only have so much work area here, and it doesn't really work well. In a normal pizzeria, you just make this straight on the counter, and then with the peel underneath it. It doesn't work here. So this isn't my countertop. I'm renting this house, so I don't think the landlord wants me scraping the hell out of his granite countertops. So I don't do that. So hold on 1 second, and we will put this here and do a whole nother thing. Let me reset real fast. Okay, I got my peel here. This is an aluminum peel. There's wooden peels. There's ones with the holes in them. There's all kinds of different things. This one for me works great for putting stuff in or out. Wood is generally good for putting things in, but it has a lip on it and can be tough getting it out. This, if you can only afford one peel, this is a good peel to have. You know, if you can only have space for one. They're big. They take up a lot of space. So you got to consider that when you are purchasing your equipment. If you have room for multiple peels, the ones with the holes in them, the great thing they do is all the stuff that's on the bottom, all this semolina here, that acts as a little grater, and it whoosh, takes it right off there. It works fantastic. Okay, we're going to transfer this onto here, get that out of the way. We're going to do that, and we are just going to quickly kind of straighten this out just a smidge to make sure we get our nice, beautiful round pizza. And we're going to make sure it's sliding. If it isn't sliding, you can pick this up, throw a little more of our semolina flour in there. I don't like where it's sticking over here a little bit. Okay, bring this back, stretch that out, just check to make sure. Now she's sticking over here. If you don't do this step and just make sure, oh, tragedy and heartache, they are waiting for you. Because what'll happen, okay, she's moved. All right, you have very limited time. I'm gonna stop talking so much. But if that doesn't slide, when you go to put that in, all the toppings go onto your steel or your stone, and you're so screwed. All right, we're gonna sauce this. This sauce right here is a mixture of sauces. I have Stubbs barbecue sauce and Sweet Baby Ray's. It is 1/3 cup of Stubbs and 1/2 cup of Sweet Baby Ray's, and that seems to come up with the best sauce for this. It is absolutely fantastic. I like it. If you like a different sauce, great. But this one works good. The Stubbs has got a little bit more vinegar in it and a little more pepper. As you can see, the bits of pepper in this, and you don't have to go crazy. This is a very strong sauce. Do not think that you have to go completely insane with this. It's there for flavor accoutrement. It is not, I repeat, not one of the main ingredients. This is a little heavy on the sauce, but I can do that. See that? There you go. All right, just a nice even layer. All right, I have whole milk mozzarella right here. Whole milk is important because at this temperature, we're cooking at 585 degrees in the oven. I cranked it up an extra 35 degrees. 550 is usually as high as they go, but your oven may have an ability to override and adjust the temperature. Mine does. It's at 585. Whole milk mozzarella works good at that temperature. I also have some white, extra sharp cheddar here. Trust me, with the barbecue flavors, oh, it's so good. We are going to put this down. Nice little handful of this. You want a fair amount of cheese on this. Not a ton. Okay, that was 3/4 of a pound of that. You see how much is left? This is about half, quarter of a pound. So it's half a pound. Just sprinkle that around. This is for flavor. The cheddar will overpower this thing. So you don't need much at all. Put this on here. Sure we get that on there. Okay, so now we have our chicken. This is barbecue chicken. We had the dry rub on it, went on the grill. It's got some barbecue sauce and some other things. I just cubed this up, as you can see. It's a beautiful size. We're just going to take handfuls of this, put this on here. And again, I'm working fast because this thing is trying to stick its stuff to the peel as I'm talking. So, less talky, more worky. But it's a YouTube video. It's not really that exciting if I just stand here and make a pizza and don't say anything. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, we have some bacon here. This is some thick cut pepper bacon. Use whatever you have. If you have applewood smoked bacon, whatever. This is just cooked however you like. If you want to bake this in the oven, you want to fry it in a pan, you want to cook it in a microwave. You want to cook it in a microwave. Don't tell anybody that, okay? Come on. I don't judge, I don't care, but I don't want to know. Okay, fair amount of bacon, because it's bacon. Come on, it's delicious. Okay, there we go. Now, we have some red onion here. This is diced up pretty small. You don't want big pieces of this. That's all you want on here. This is perfect, and we're just going to put this in, and we're going to hurry up because we're sticking it to the peel faster than you can imagine. But yeah, this onion blends in because it's pretty small. So you can put a fair amount on this. It will hold up. It holds up pretty well. Okay, well, rinse my hand real fast. Okay, one last check. She seems pretty sticky. Hold on one sec. Okay, I grabbed some more of my fine semolina here. You can see this is the stuff that I'm using. It ain't cheap, but you don't use a lot. So I'm going to fix this real fast. Here's my secret weapon. I use one of these things. Normally I will use this to put frosting onto a cake or sauce onto a Chicago thin crust pizza. But it works good for this too because you can kind of chuck in this. Try and get it under the pizza, not on the pizza, of course. All right, let's see if it moves now. Okay, she's moving better, but we're losing a piece here. I'm gonna go launch this sucker into the oven, say a quick prayer to the pizza gods. Talk too much, it sticks to the peel. If you can do this in under a minute, it doesn't stick. But this is going in there. All the extra semolina basically comes off, and it's not that big a problem. But if it doesn't, it tastes good anyway. So we're putting this in. It's going to take about 7 minutes to cook this sucker at 585 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. Don't do that at Celsius. Woo, Lord. But yeah, we're going to do this. See you back here in just a couple minutes. Okay, it took 7.5 minutes. There you go. This is a beautiful pizza. She's cool. Oh. All right. Stupid kitchen. Why is this thing sitting on a screen? I've said this 1,000 times. There is water in this dough. It goes whoosh out the bottom, and if you don't put this on a screen, it'll steam itself to death, and then all of that beautifulness will be lost. You don't want that. So what we do is you put it on the screen, we let the steam come out, we let this thing cool down just for a second, but while we're doing that, I can actually put the other ingredients on here because those flavors will start to meld in a little bit, and that's exactly what we want. So what are the last two things to go on this? We have some green onion right here, scallion, something like that, that are diced up pretty fine, and we are just going to scatter this on here. I don't like to put this on while it's in the oven because green onions don't react well to the oven. No, they don't. Sorry, bad Connery from Red October there. Really good. There's like 4 left. There you go. The other thing is cilantro. Okay, if you don't like cilantro, Put some flat leaf parsley on this. Never use the curly stuff. Don't trust it. Just only use the Mo. Just kidding. This is just basically, you know, an extra flavor thing that we put on here to make this super delicious. You don't have to, but trust me, if you can tolerate cilantro, cilantro is your friend on this. It is amazing. The last thing we had to put on this, I'm going to do this the last second, but I'll talk a little bit while we're waiting. Ranch dressing. I made my own ranch dressing because, you know, flex. And I didn't realize I had run out. So it's really simple to make. Plus I get to put it in this really cool squirt bottle and do my drizzle around it. You know, that's, I mean, it's, come on, flex. But we're going to do that when it's ready to go. If you are making this and you're planning on having leftovers, put the ranch dressing on each individual slice, not the entire pizza. It does hold up. Gets a little weird on day 2 if it's in the fridge. If this thing lasts to day 2, it won't. Let's be honest. But if you're going to be planning on eating this thing right away, dress it right now. It makes it look really cool. We eat with our eyes, then with our hands, then you know the rest. Eventually, we know where it goes. But the ranch dressing on top makes it pretty, and it tastes so good. It's got that really nice kind of contrast with that and the sweet sauce and the rest of it, the bacon and all the herbs and things. I've talked long enough. That's ready to go, right? Okay, hold on. All right, I have a second pan because these things are like $7 or $8 or something like that. Get a few of them. If you plan on making a bunch of pizzas, just have a few. Come on. Look at how pretty that is. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. And because it is on this, I can spin it. Oh, we're going to get a nice swirl out of this thing. I'm telling you, get that a nice... I'm going in. Do you go from the center out or the outside in? That's a great question. Let's... Okay, she didn't spin as well as I would have liked. There you go. It's a little runny because I just made this. I didn't have time to set because I just figured out I was out of range. But that is... Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty. Come on. You can see this in this, right? You can see this over here. You're seeing this? You're seeing it in here, in this one? You saw the thumbnails. I'm putting this back in the fridge. I'm going to take another thumbnail. I haven't taken it yet. You already saw it. I haven't seen it yet because I haven't even done it. Time travel. Okay, that was a really long minute to take those pictures. But worth it, wasn't it? It's beautiful. I'm going to take this off of here just to cut it because I'm tired of scarring those things up and it dulls the hell out of the knife and it cuts better this way. So that was for show only or for serving. You can slide it back under once you cut it. But we're going in. Oh, that's so satisfying. It really is. We're just going to cut this up. This is a pretty rich pizza, so you don't need giant slices. So I'm going to do this in, I don't know, it looks like I'm doing quarters. Okay, all right. I'm getting 8 slices. She's a beauty. I know, don't do that. It makes it look ugly. But I don't care. I mean, I care because I'm making a video, and obviously it has to look good, otherwise you're like, you're dumb. You did it wrong. But I did do it wrong. I did it right. And that camera died again on me. Okay. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that camera. Because that's a GoPro 12. It's supposed to last like 5 hours. Lasted what, like 15 minutes? Come on. Speaking of 15 minutes. Okay, this thing is it's gooey. I don't think I let it rest quite long enough here, folks. Plus I put a lot of sauce in here. There's a lot of cheese. There's a lot of goodness. There's a lot of yumminess. This is going to be a mess. Hold on a half second. Normally I say, if you're going to be using a fork on pizza, you're probably from California. Well, it's California pizza. So I guess it's fitting. In California or Italy. They do that in Italy too, but their pizza's very, very different than this pizza right here. If you showed this to somebody in Naples, they would shoot you. Don't do that. Unless you want to get shot or deserve to get shot. And in that case, let the universe take care of itself. We got some nice cheese pull. We got this thing coming apart. Oh, she's a beauty. She's absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna try and get in here and get a bite. With this is gonna melt my face off. That is burning my hand. The sauce is so good. You might have to take my word for this one, folks, because that's gonna take a couple minutes to cool down. You don't have a couple minutes. You want to wait? Okay, hold on. Okay, cool down a little bit. Let me go in and get a bite here. The thing about this pizza is it's really hard to get the balance right. There's a lot of really bold flavors on this. Barbecue chicken, barbecue sauce, bacon, onions, the cilantro, the ranch dressing. That's a lot of stuff on this thing. And Rufus really wants some. But you really got to be careful of the balance. You saw how I made this. Go light on the sauce because the sauce can really overpower it. The chicken, I don't think you can put too much chicken on it. Cheese, it needs a good amount of cheese, but don't go crazy with the cheese because then it just becomes a cheese pizza with all the rest and it gets really gooey and everything. The cilantro, if you don't like cilantro, man, don't put it on there. And as you can see, there's not a ton of ranch on this. It doesn't need a ton. You should get it in every couple of bites. It doesn't need to be the whole thing sheeted in ranch. So just sparingly if you want to put more on. I won't say anything about being a moron. Nobody did. I don't think we're allowed to use those words, but if you want to put more on, then go right ahead. You can do that. But this is a pretty good amount. This makes such a great pizza, and it's so different. It's so radically different from like normal pizza. It's just a ton of fun, and it's friggin' delicious, and it's calling me, so I gotta get going. So thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more fun stuff like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. They'll tell you when this stuff comes out. Doesn't cost a thing. It's all free. And then you'll know when the next pizza video or any other video I do comes out. Till then, I hope you have a good one, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching.